Importance of tides. Tides help the navigators and fishermen plan their activities. Tides rise the water level close to the shore, and this helps the ships to harbour at the ports. Many fishes come close to the shores, and this helps the fishermen in getting plentiful catch. Tidal heights are very important, especially harbours near rivers and within estuaries, having shallow bars at the entrance, which prevent ships and boats from entering into the harbour. Tides are also helpful in removing polluted water from the river estuaries. Tidal power is used to generate electrical power in Canada, France, Russia, and China. Ocean currents. Ocean currents are the streams of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface in definite directions. Ocean currents may be warm or cold. Ocean currents influence the temperature conditions of the area. Warm currents bring about warm temperature over land surface. Areas where the warm and cool currents meet provides the best fishing grounds of the world. The primary forces which influence the currents are heating by solar energy causes the water to expand. Wind blowing on the surface of the ocean pushes the water to move. Gravity tends to pull the water down to bind and create gradient variation. Coriolis force causes the water to move to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere. Ocean water is about 8 centimeters higher in level in the middle latitudes than near the equator. Wind blowing on the surface of the ocean pushes the water to move. Movement of the water body in its course is affected by the friction between the wind and the water surface. Let us know more about ocean currents through the following animation. Warm ocean currents originate near equator and move towards the poles. In the northern hemisphere, they are also found on the west coasts of the continents in high latitudes. Warm currents bring warm water into cold water areas and are usually observed on the east coast of continents in the low and middle latitudes. The Gulf Stream is an example of warm currents. Cold currents carry water from the polar or higher latitudes to the tropical or lower latitudes. These currents bring cold water into warm water areas. Labrador Ocean Current is one of the cold currents. Let us have a look at this table showing the major currents in different oceans. Influence of ocean current. Let us find out the influence of ocean currents. West coasts of the continents in the tropical and subtropical latitudes, except those close to the equator, are bordered by cool waters. West coasts of the continents in the middle and high latitudes are bordered by warm waters, which cause a distinct marine climate. The mixing of warm and cold currents help to replenish the oxygen and favor the growth of planktons, the primary food for fish population. The best fishing grounds of the world exist mainly in these mixing zones. Test yourself. Which force causes tides? A. Gravitational pull of the moon. B. Gravitational pull of the sun. C. Wind action and salinity. Or D. Gravitational pull of the sun and the moon. Answer is D. Gravitational pull of the sun and the moon. Explanation. Tides are the periodic rise and fall in the sea level. Tides are caused by the gravitational pull of both the sun and the moon. There are basically two types of tides: high tides and low tides. Water is a renewable resource which is constantly moving between the lithosphere, the atmosphere, and the hydrosphere through the process of water cycle. 3/4 of the earth is covered by water. Out of this, 97.3% of water is present in the oceans only. Ocean water is characterized by three types of movements termed as the ocean circulations. These are waves, tides, and ocean currents. Waves are the movement of surface ocean water caused by wind movement. The rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day is referred to as tide. The main cause of tides is the gravitational pull of sun and moon. Tides can further be classified as high tides and low tides. High tides help in navigation, fishing, as well as in the generation of electricity. The third type of ocean movement is the ocean current. Ocean currents are the streams of water flowing constantly in definite directions on the ocean surface. Ocean currents can be classified into warm ocean currents and cold ocean currents. Warm ocean currents originate near equator and move towards the poles. Cold ocean currents, on the other hand, originate near the poles and move towards the equator.
Here you can see the words condensation. It is the process by which the water vapor changes its form back to the liquid state. Condensation is a part of the water cycle. Whereas ocean currents, these are large masses of water flowing constantly on ocean surface in different directions. These ocean currents may be warm or cold. Generally, warm ocean currents originate near the equator and the cold ocean currents originate near the poles. Salinity, water cycle, and waves. Salinity, it is the amount of salt in grams present in 1000 grams of water. The average salinity of ocean water is 35 parts per thousand. Water cycle, process by which water continually changes its form and circulates between oceans, atmosphere, and land is termed as water cycle. Waves. When the water on the surface of the oceans rise and fall alternatively are called waves. Waves are formed when the gentle winds trap across the surface, ocean surface. The stronger the wind blows, the bigger is the form of wave. What is an important continent in the human body? It makes up 83% of our blood, 70% of brain, 90% of our lungs. When you see 780 million people lack access to improved water source, which is approximately 1 in 9 people. By 2050, an estimated 1.8 billion people will live in areas pledged by this scarcity of water. Water consumption is in a household in US is 8 times more than that in an Indian household. A large proportion of the fresh water is stored under the groundwater and acquires then on the surface. The earth has about 326 cubic miles of water. World's highest tides occur in Bay of Bengal, Bay of Minas Basin, Nova Scotia in Canada. Children, I think now you have enjoyed these extra marks. We have discussed about water, the importance of water. The water can be classified into fresh water and salt water. What are the uses of fresh water? So how we have been utilizing the fresh water in our daily uses, agriculture, industries, navigation, and preparing hydroelectricity, etc. So the movement of water can be classified into 3 types: waves, tides, and ocean currents. So regarding these movements of water on surface, waves, tides, and ocean currents, you have seen in the extra marks. Clear? With this, the topic is over. This is chapter number 5. Water is a chapter number 5. Let us do the exercises. If you have any problem, let me know. Clear?